Hello and welcome to this blog post. You don't see very much of me anymore, but I assure you I am still here and working very hard to bring fabulous pieces of literature, for want of a better word, to your ears. I would like to share with you today something a little bit different from what I usually do. This book is written by a man called Reed Spacer, and I guess I'm hesitating because I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's fiction, it's science fiction. Yeah, it's science fiction. It's only a short story, but it is the first in a series. Um, so the series is called The Great Gasm. Book one is called Our Transmutable Selves. And I don't know how long the series is going to be, but I believe Reed is currently busy writing the second instalment. I said to Reed, where would you place this in a bookstore, on a bookshelf next to which other writers? And I think for me, the only writer that I could place it next to would maybe be Douglas Adams. So abstract isn't the right word. Surreal might be closer to it, but it's not surrealist. So I guess I'm just going to read the back of the story to you, back of the book to you. Forgive me, I'm reading from my phone. So sorry, that was a terrible introduction. Let me put things in a more linear form for you. This is The Great Gasm, Volume 1, Our Transmutable Selves, written by Reed Spacer. This is the back of the book. To some, this may seem like a symbolic story of the karmic stagnation of the human collective, which is saved by the wisdom and guidance of an oversoul, by using the primordial elements of pure creation and the loving union of the divine female and male principles. Actually, this is just another story of astral space sex, twin flames, tuxedo t-shirts, and one more apocalypse diverted by multi-dimensional intergalactic sperm. I'll read the first couple of minutes of chapter 1 for you. Sorry, let me just find it on my phone 1 second. There's something about this book which is quite close to my heart. It's a really, really lovely story, and it celebrates themes which I think are so important. I'm not just talking to fill in the space while I try and find out my phone. Themes which I think are so important now more than ever. Oh gosh, where have I put it? Hang on. All right, I've got it. Don't panic. Themes of connectivity, human connection, union and love. And it's done in a really unpretentious, whimsical, lovely way. So I really recommend this story. It might be a bit different from anything that you've read. It was different from anything I'd read, and it's difficult to compare, which I think is fantastic. Without further ado, now that I found it on my phone, this is the first few minutes of chapter 1 of Reed Spacer's The Great Gasm, Volume 1, Our Transmutable Selves. Chapter 1. Approximately 10,000 third-dimensional Earth years ago, in the centre of Helix Nebula, there appeared a travelling intergalactic sperm, commonly referred to as an IS. The IS forged its way through the violent stirs of plasma, gas, and the electrical charge stimulated by the ravenous exchange of hydrogen and carbon. Within this tiny particle of unknown origins contained the endless expansion of unlimited possibilities and a power of understanding beyond all human conception. It was approximately the size of a 1967 Volkswagen Type 2 microbus with a considerably long tail. It was the physical representation of the impervious mind of probability, and one of the countless seeds of the eternally parallel, omniversal parallax of time, space, and dimension, or commonly referred to as the everything. An Is's journey through the vast, the everything, is one of the great mysteries of creation. It wiggles its eager tail through the magnetic push and pull of stars and planets, resisting the currents and the tides of solar flares and black holes, while dodging comets and asteroids alike. It pushes onward with all of the determination and stubbornness of life itself, in total seclusion, toward an unknown destination hidden deep in the vacuous voids of the cosmos. Only the wider... Sorry, I'm going to have a few attempts of saying this is a really long sentence. Only the wisest and oldest shaman, guru, poet, priest, prophet, kings know the true secrets of the majestic is. But when asked, they all speak in a similar vague inspirational blandness and quasi-mysticism. The path of the is within. The is what the is does, or one in the bush is better than two in the hand, etc. However, our hero, whom you are about to meet, was no normal shaman, guru, poet, priest, prophet, king. He knew the is was an equal half of the greatest creative force in all of the everything. He also knew that there was no greater love and no greater generation of pure sacred energy as the covalent bond of twin flames. To save the earth, he had to impregnate us all with love. So I lied to you, that's actually the whole of chapter 1. I really recommend that you take a listen to this lovely story, written by Reed Spacer, part 1 in the Great Gasm series. I can't wait to read part 2. It's our Transmutable Selves. I do have a couple of freebies, so shout out if you want a free listen. Drop me an email. You can listen to it on Audible, Amazon and iTunes. I think that's all I'm going to say about the matter. I'm Rebecca McKernan. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter and online, RebeccaMcKernan.com. You can tell it's been a while since I did one of these, can't you? That's all for me tonight, this morning, whenever you see this video. Thank you for listening and speak to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.